What is going on, guys? JFC here. The market today is on the downturn. At least it's how it looks so far. We'll talk about our fodder purchases that we've made on stream today. Let's talk about the out of position player prices. Let's talk about everything because, as always, there's a lot to talk about. So what should we start with? I think we should start with SBC fodder because many people on stream today with me went into some SBC fodder, and already it's up a little teeny bit. It's 13.5 from, it was like 86s. We're at the 12.5 range for a little bit. 87s, we're at less than 17 for a little bit. So these cards are just bouncing a little bit back because the supply isn't quite as there at this time of the night / morning, and people are buying fodder to invest in, right? But if I had to expect anything that's going to happen, I think today it's going to go back down a little bit after content. We're probably going to see the exact same thing we saw today, which was the fodder goes down after content, picking up big time snipes on cards. The chance it even goes down more than it did yesterday. And then we'll probably see it like at this time of night tomorrow, kind of same thing, right? It's going to bounce back just a little bit, maybe 750 to 1,000 coins and 86 pluses, that kind of thing probably happen. 84s though, 2.8. Like the thing is, this fodder does actually have room to drop. Like there's some of these prices I still like try and get on your snipes, right? For 86s in the 12s, 85s less than 8 or around that mark, 87s 17 or less. These are still prices I like, but I think you can honestly wait a little bit longer and get an even better price because we have only leaked SBCs we have is that Gary Medell card, which does not look amazing. And other than that, we have that Team of the Week pack, which is leaked. That actually, let's go look at it. I don't think we talked about that in any of the videos yet. This is 85 plus Team of the Week player pack. Guarantees a Team of the Week player rated 85 overall or higher from week 1 to week 6. And this is Team of the Week 6. So is this going to be a store pack? Is this going to be an SBC? It's hard to say. FUT scoreboard to the 81 times 25 is an old one that they kind of updated, so that's not coming anytime soon. The 85 plus Team of the Week player pack, literally this pack has to come sometime this week, whether it's an SBC or it's in the store. So this is an SBC. Fodder is going to rise, obviously, so that's the only SBC we really have to like for sure is coming. But obviously the hero SBC could come once again, and the icon SBC could come once again. It just doesn't need to be added back into the codes, so we wouldn't see it beforehand. So I just think because when fodder's at a low point, no matter how long it takes for them to actually go up, it's always a good buy. So if these guys drop even more today, even though we don't have a guaranteed SBC that's going to come out for sure this week like we did last week, we knew the hero SBC was coming out. I still think it's a wonderful buy. Yeah, that's what I think about fodder. Same thing goes with inform fodder. I don't hate like just club stocking 84s. We'll get one of Griffo, Berguise, Flacadimos, Castagna, David Soria, Lacazette. If you got a few million coins and 50k is not that much for you, go and just stock these 84 rated informs. Maybe you can do the same thing with like Griezmann at 16.75. Go and stock a Vlahovic or Mount or Delict. Go and stock a Lautaro Martinez. Go and stock a Toni Kroos. You know, just go and stock some of these guys. And sometime relatively soon, I'd say within at least the next month, these cards are going to go up in price. And it could happen in 2 days, but it could happen in a month. So it's always worth club stocking because we're going to get something that's relatively good to make those guys go up sometime soon. So let's talk about right now the market itself. So the market itself right now is basically what we saw today is it just kind of slowly dropped. Then we saw a slight bounce back right after 6 p.m. content. People buy back their weekend league teams, and ever since then we've just seen it sell off again, and it's slowly rising up just a teeny bit, but we're not seeing much of a bounce back at all. So it looks like what's happening is people are just kind of selling. No one's really buying right now too much. I bought like a Mendy to see if he'd maybe rise today, and I don't think he has at all. He's like 81 82k. Yep, 81, 82k. So probably could sell it like 82, 83. I bought mine at like 84, so no profit on him. Bought my Lorente at like low 20s. I think he's still low 20s. Yep, low 20s. So yeah, the market in terms of like the low end gold market did not really bounce back today, and especially Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland crashed in price. This card, I mean, literally went down 30k yesterday. What's he at now? Like right about less than 140. Yeah, this card crashed big time today. So obviously a good way to tell how the market's doing is basically some of the most in-demand cards in the game. What are their prices looking like? And right now, Erling Haaland, Ferland Mendy, those are two guys that are really important players in a lot of people's teams, are just going down in price. Like, look at Haaland, just still getting panic sold. Like, remember, the market was still high, kind of like right before content on Friday. So I was kind of sitting there like, yeah, if you can get these cards, like, I don't mind selling. And obviously now, especially, that's really come to fruition. But I did slightly expect just a teeny bit of a bounce back today on the market. And I waited a little bit longer to upload this video to see if we saw anything. And as of right now, we're not seeing too much. We could see it a little bit like over the course of the day today, because Saturdays the market is usually at like a decently high point, right? Yeah, Kyle Walker's in the mid 120s. Yeah, we've seen not much of a bounce back. So that's 116. I probably should have bought that. But at the same time, I think that because Saturday usually the market is up at a decent price. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna flip this right now for like a 5K profit. So if I had to guess, I would say that we probably won't see a real market rise until more closer to like Monday time. We might see a bit of a bounce back more towards content today, but not by much, because we're still gonna see a lot of supply on these gold cards. It's just coming today. It's gonna happen. What's like Rudiger at? You know, these types of gold cards are very in demand, and they're also going to get supplied a lot today. Like Rudiger's down quite a bit, honestly. You know, I sold Rudiger before this crash like 95K, and he's 81,000. So we're seeing that drop on these gold cards. I'm not too optimistic on these gold cards going too far back up anytime soon. Not at least until Monday. Let them keep dropping because we got the whole weekend of supply on the way, right? All the weekend league rewards on the way. God knows what SBCs are coming. We have squad battles rewards coming and all the promo packs that are in the store. These guys are just gonna get supplied more and more. So I personally just think I wouldn't buy any cards right now to expect a rise, not until like Sunday. As Kyle Walker sold, it's a cheeky 5K profit. So obviously the panic has officially hit, and so part of the reason for that panic, once again, what we're learning a lot this year right now is we obviously know panics tends to come. There's still no fucking thing for the adaptation cards, which is unfortunate, but like Cancelo, the thing is about some of these cards is that they aren't actually that expensive. Cancelo's not the great example because he's like, you know, 600K, he's rare on the market. Let's have a look at like Fofana, right? You know, Psycho Fofana is a crazy good center back. He can play CDM and he's 150K, and this card is nuts. I mean, 6'1", high, 4-star, 87 interceptions. The physicals are insane. I mean, the passing is good. There's nothing really wrong with this card. And he's sitting here like 150K for a League One team. And I know he's harder to link because he's Ivory Coast and he's from Lens, but a lot of people have League One teams. And Fofana's pretty cheap. You know, the #1 player on FUT and popular right now is Ivan Perisic. And his card also looks pretty incredible. And his Perisic card is only 155K or so. He looks sick. He can play right back, right mid, right wing, and he looks really good all around. He's got the physicals. He can get lengthy. This card looks great. 92 composure, 90 reactions, outside foot shot trait, 150K. So these cards are decently cheap, and this is a big reason why the market pretty much every promo time goes down, because people want to try the new cards for one. The card design's insane, and they're not too expensive. So this is partly why I just wanted to get out of the gold cards. You know, look at the FUT and popular here, and it's like all of the cards are in the top like 15. They're all pretty decently priced. Like obviously Salah and Cancelo were always going to be expensive, so they don't really count. People weren't expecting them, but Reece James is 240K, Fred 240K. This Toure card is nuts. I mean, literally 6'8", crazy good stats, and he's 18K. Perisic, like we said, 160K. So there's a lot of decent cards here for cheap. And, you know, same thing goes with like this Inform Mbappe. He's down to 2.2. Inform Dembele is going to be similar to this point. They're just going to keep dropping because these new cards are all out. Ousmane Dembele's on 294K, and I was surprised if by Sunday night he's more like 270, 260K. At that point, it's more of a buy or something like that if you wanted to buy him. As of right now, it's not. And what we're also seeing right now in the game, so let's look at Gavu, because he's one of the most in-demand heroes, so I like looking at his price a lot. And what we're seeing is just a slight little dip on some of these like top-tier cards too. So basically, the whole market is kind of on a downturn right now. 396 for Gavu. I honestly don't even hate trying to flip this guy if I can snipe for like less than 390. So I just expect the market to basically continue to either stay the same or go down, barring any leaks coming over the next weekend, because we don't have any right now. So really just what we want to look at is SBC Fodder. And 385 for Gavu I'm picking up. I'm picking him up, and I can probably instantly flip him in a little bit. So we'll see if that ends up being a good buy, but that's a 15K undercut, and I'm fine buying that. So yeah, he's up at 403 already. But I have to wait until Monday to sell him. I'll wait till Monday. Just to reiterate, it's kind of the next time I expect to see a rise in the market. Probably not till Monday. And even then, it might not happen because depending on leaks and stuff like that, we could just see even more panic. Another thing today, we saw the position modifier upgrade. Actually, they put it back out, basically. What did they make it so that it is repeatable on certain days? Okay, so they now have it so that every 24 hours is repeatable 5 days. Position modifiers, in turn, did go down today because of that. I think they're now at like 1,000, right? Once again, yeah, they're at 1,000. So you probably buy at 1,100 or so. Yeah, 1,100. So usually 1,000 is a pretty good buy, but it looks like EA wants to make these position modifiers kind of around 1,000 coins. If I had to guess, seeing that they have the SBC in the game and it just like continuously refreshes 5 times a day, they want to keep these cards relatively cheap. It looks like one, because I think they see a lot of people are making a ton of coins off of them, and two, a lot of people are spending a lot of coins on position modifiers when it does suck to do that, right? right? To change everyone's position in your team, you have to spend 1,000 coins. Does definitely suck. My point is with these, people in my chat today were kind of raising concerns saying like, oh, don't go too far in because what if they crash? The thing is you can kind of buy these guys at any time, because if you buy at 1,000 or at 1,100 and you list for 1,500 and 1,600, you're gonna get lazy sales. For you to make like a loss on these position modifiers, they'd have to go to like 500 coins, which I think EA just doesn't want, because I think they do like the fact that people have to spend a little bit of chunk of change when they have to position modify everybody. I think it's still, even when it drops like this, people I think get worried a little bit. I'm not worried at all. I'm gonna buy more. I'm gonna list up more because you're gonna get a ton of sales. And if you end up somehow losing coins on these guys, you're gonna have made so many before you end up losing coins that it just doesn't matter. So that's why I'm a little more optimistic on these guys. They're big money makers for us, and I think it's gonna stay that way basically for the rest of the game cycle. So I didn't go too far in depth on these prices, but the adaptation promo guys, I'm still not buying any of these guys as of right now. I'm just not going to. There's still just so much more supply to come this weekend. I usually don't look at buying the first promo team at all until usually on Sunday nights, earliest I'll look to do it. I just don't want to have a chance of losing a ton of coins on these guys, because we already seen these guys drop a lot. Like Reece James is settling like 280 or like right around 300k ish, so he's already on a 237. So let these guys drop. Just even if they stay the same price, it's better to wait and have them stay the same price than have them drop like 50k after you bought them. Usually just buying cards on the first couple days of the promo is just not a good idea. So I would hold off with these guys as much as you can. And listen, I know it's tempting, all right? Look at the card design. It's just beautiful. Beautiful card design. Get that full font in your midfield for weekend league, but I promise you, it's just, you're probably better off in the long run just waiting a day or two to buy these cards. I wouldn't buy them quite yet. And the same thing with the Team of the Weeks. I just think they're going to drop still. I remember Jude Bellingham was like 75k. It was a little over 24 hours ago. Dembele was 400k-ish. Casemiro was 90k. Mbappe was 2.8 mil. These guys just have so much more supply coming. It's not worth buying yet unless you're buying a discard inform or something like that. Just hold off. If you want to get Lautaro for your team, if you want to get Jude for your team, I just hold off a little bit longer. It's probably going to work out in the long run as well. But yeah, Saturday is usually a day where we don't get a ton of content, so I would not be surprised if we don't get a ton today. I really wouldn't be surprised, which then in turn maybe makes the market kind of stay the same or rise a little bit, but I don't expect it to last very long. The supply is just going to be too much to handle. And if you guys weren't on stream yesterday, I did buy a ton of fodder, right? Fodder was down any price that I really liked, like 22,088. I was all over that, you know. I bought a ton of fodder. I put, you know, a million-ish. I'm just going to hold until they go up. So, yep, check out the fodder today. See if it goes lower, because it's going to be a fantastic buy. If it goes even lower than this, it's going to be amazing. So I think that's the number one thing I can tell you guys and to remind you guys about. Just check out the fodder. It's going to look good today. I'm not streaming today, unfortunately. I cannot stream until Monday. Some more unexpected family things happened, unfortunately. Very unfortunate last week. I will catch you guys on Monday for sure. We'll be back ready to go for, hopefully that's a day of like a hero or icon upgrade. That'll be pretty awesome. So we'll catch you guys then. 2 uploads a day until then. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for the support on all of my videos recently. Seriously, it means the world to me. Thank you guys for the support in the streams. I'll catch you guys in the next video very soon. Peace.